Well, it looks like it's your lucky fucking day. Balls deep, the lotto ticket is back in that ass. And we got some. We've had 3 games of Major League Baseball this year, right? For every team. 3 games. I think 4 for the A's and the Mariners, maybe. Anyhow. So I just wanted to briefly, no conclusions can be drawn, but I have made a bunch of bets, and I'll go through those. The first bet I made, I went to Reno a few weeks ago for the first weekend of final of the March Madness, and I got screwed pretty badly by Butler. I had Butler plus 1.5. They lost by 2. If it weren't for that, I would have had a plus $600 trip. Ended up breaking even, losing 100. But I did a few wagers. I did the Giants to win the West at plus 175. They're almost 2-1 underdogs because of the Dodgers. And we've all seen the first series. The Giants went into LA and waxed them except for Kershaw. I don't know why the Dodgers don't start Greinke. Josh Beckett is horrific. Josh Beckett is like a number 4 starter. I take Derek Holland over Josh Beckett. At this point in Josh Beckett's career, he's Phil Hughes. Like he doesn't really have that much value. Anybody can hit 89 miles an hour fastballs. So I think the Giants are going to win that division. I don't think they're going to run away with it, but I think they're the best team. I think they have the best bullpen. They have the best chemistry. They got the best manager. It's funny because 3 years ago, I live in San Francisco, and fans out here were calling for Bruce Bochy's head. Now look at him. Now he's the best manager ever. He's won 2 World Series in 3 years. Just goes to show you that the playoffs are a crapshoot, as Billy Bean says. And then probably another really interesting bet I did was the Blue Jays to win their division. Now, when I did this bet, I got them at plus 175. Super tough division. The Orioles could win it. The Rays could win it. The Reds, I don't think the Red Sox could, but I guess they could. The Yankees, I don't want to count them out, but pretty old and pretty hurt. So I'm not going to say anybody couldn't do it because crazy shit happens, but I can see how that Blue Jays bet could collapse. I could see how R.A. Dickey can't repeat what he's done the last few years. I could see how Brett Lawrie, little juicer, their third baseman who always gets hurt, how he gets hurt again. He's already hurt. I could see how Brendan Morrow gets hurt. He's always hurt. I could see that bullpen not being able. I could see Casey Janssen not replicating last year. Sergio Santos getting hurt. Colby Rasmus. Colby Rasmus, their center fielder, is what he is, which is basically a 230 hitter with a lot of potential that just can't get there. A guy who lets balls drop that he should get. A guy that could steal 20 bags if he wanted but doesn't. A guy who could hit 30 homers if he wanted but he has his head up his fucking ass. I could see Jose Bautista getting hurt. Edwin Encarnacion is going to repeat last year's numbers, and I never thought he'd be this good, and here he is. He was on the Reds. He had some power, but apparently he must like being a DH or a first baseman because he's a lot better than he was at third. I wish they'd get rid of Adam Lind. Adam Lind's horrific. I don't know who they have in their system that could DH or play first, but Adam Lind sucks. Bautista's awesome. Jose Reyes, big Jose Reyes fan. I could see how this Blue Jays thing could go wrong. I don't think it will. But, the Orioles obviously have some incredible chemistry. It's hard to argue the Orioles don't have the second best offense in that division after Toronto. Chris Davis looks to me like he's going to hit 35, 40 home runs. And as a guy who grew up in Dallas and as a Rangers fan, albeit one wearing a pretty nice Phillies jacket, we dealt Chris Davis because, we gave him 2 years and he just couldn't get his head out of his ass. And now look at him. Now he looks like he's a 280 hitter with 35, 40 jacks. Some guys need change of sceneries. It's just the way it goes. I don't really have any ill will about it, but I do think the Orioles have probably the second best offense in that division. And up there with, I don't see that the Orioles offense is that much worse than the Angels. I really don't. We'll see. I think the Rangers are going to win that division. I think Detroit, everyone picks Detroit. And I do think the Blue Jays will win that division. I think the Giants, the Reds, everyone's picking the Reds and the Nationals. Those are easy picks. So we'll see. Next time I'll go over some of the over-unders I did. But as for right now, I find the AL East to be really interesting. Can the Rays hit enough? Are the Rays going to be able to hit enough to win? I don't think they will. And Longoria, when he gets hurt, they're in some serious trouble. They don't have James Shields. Jeremy Hellickson's not that good. Alex Cobb's not that good. Fausto Carmona or Roberto Hernandez. Actually, I don't know about Alex Cobb, but Roberto Hernandez sucks. Jeremy Hellickson, he's okay. He's a 3 or a 4. So everyone knows David Price is great, but after that, I'm not entirely sure who they have. Balls Deep Lotto ticket, we're coming back at you. We got a big weekend planned, but we'll come back at you next week.